This episode of SpectreSoundStudios is brought to you by DistroKid. Hey everybody, welcome to SMG Viewers Comments, episode 112. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to congratulate Mr. Rafael Huerta for winning the Focusrite Octoprix Dynamic and the 18i20. If you guys didn't know about that giveaway, I set that up a few weeks ago, and it was a giveaway to my newsletter subscribers. So if you guys didn't hear about that, obviously you weren't signed up to my newsletter. Please make sure you sign up for that because we're going to be having a lot more cool giveaways. We're going to be doing some online mixing guides as well as a drum guide. I'm going to revamp my acoustic drums for metal. I'm going to be doing a version 2.0 of that, and that's going to be available exclusively to my newsletter subscribers for absolutely free. So if you're not signed up, please make sure you do. The link's in the description below, just under the DistroKid ad. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the show, shall we?
Hope you're not getting affected by the flooding in Windsor, Ontario.
Thanks very much for your concerns. Actually, I was extremely fortunate where I'm at. I flew back from LA last Monday, and the rain was terrible. And after spending a week in LA, I'm like, what is this bullshit? It got pretty scary there for a while. My street was a lake. My backyard was a lake, and the water got about that close to my studio, but I managed to survive. And the water went down, and on Tuesday where there was additional rain, we were pretty good where I'm at, but a lot of the city got hammered really badly, and there's a lot of basements flooded and a lot of damage. And now we've got people have been throwing crap out on the streets, and now there's scavengers going through stuff. You can see them going, checking stuff out on eBay, seeing what they can get for it. I mean, it's pretty fucking shitty. That being said, I just want to give a big shout out to all my Florida viewers. I hope you guys fucking stay safe. If you haven't got the fuck out of Florida, please batten down the hatches and get somewhere safe, because it looks like Irma's going to be an absolute motherfucker, and I really hope everybody makes it through in one piece. Take care of yourselves, guys. You've got my absolute best wishes.
Glenn, what's your opinion on collapsing your stereo mix to mono to get it right? Does it work?
Abso-fucking-lutely. That is the one thing, I keep kicking myself for not doing enough of, is collapsing down the mix and listening to it in mono. That's a great way to tell if all your instruments work with each other. I'm going to be doing a piece on that, actually. I think that'd be a really cool tutorial to explore a little bit further. But I mean, all the original records were originally done in mono, and then stereo came out in the 60s, and then the Beatles did really cool shit. But mono is definitely where it's at. Hit that fucking mono button if you've got it on a Mackie control or a big knob or something like that. Or if your software has a mono button, yeah, definitely start listening to your stuff in mono. It'll give you a much better idea how everything fits together. That should be your first thing. And you should really challenge yourself to try doing a mix in mono. And don't turn on the stereo button until the very end. You'll be pleasantly surprised by the results. Mixing in mono might be a little tougher, but honestly, it's definitely worth the effort.
I'm hoping that one day they'll be able to shrink down the Evertune's size a bit. It's still a huge bit of machinery going into the guitar. I imagine it has some sort of impact on the tone of the guitar being as large as it is.
Does the Evertune affect the tone of the guitar? Let's take a look. Gee, I don't know. Wow, obviously that tone sounded so thin. Seriously, man, I've always been under the school of thought that mass equals tone, not necessarily the wood you're using. I know there's a million guitar players who probably freaked out by that, but that's just kind of been my own personal findings. You might have a difference of opinion. And if there's one thing about the Evertune, it's kind of massive. It's very, very heavy, and honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why I was able to get such a crushing tone out of that guitar, is because of this massive piece of machinery behind it. Just adds so much more girth, and it gives mass for the strings to push off of. I mean, one of the earliest guitar amplifiers ever invented was a weight you'd put on the headstock of an acoustic guitar. It would make your guitar louder, because strings are louder when they have more mass to push off from.
Hey Glenn, I've got a problem. Me and my guitarists are working our asses off, and then if we ask our singer to come, he says he can't. He has to fucking look after his poodles. What the fuck? What do I do? Do I drop him or something else?
Yes! Drop him like a stone, because he's not worth the effort. Go find a better fucking singer. Go find somebody who's going to commit to your project.
Whoa, look at Glenn with the fancy cinematography on the demo.
Yeah, I actually switched over to a Panasonic GH5. I'm going to be doing a video on that and why I made the change from Sony. Basically, the short version is it's easier to work with. There's a lot less fucking around I have to do to shoot the camera, and it's a big convenience thing. And you know, the Sonys are great, but they're not so great if you're doing 3 YouTube videos a week and have to keep hooking shit up. Anyway, more on that in the future. But yes, GH5 has some cool modes on it. It's got dual stabilizers, and it's got 180 frame slow motion. So that's why you're getting the cool slow motion close-ups and shit like that on the Black Star review. And you're going to see a little bit of that on the Evertune review as well.
Whoa, Glenn, that snare sounded wicked. Did you mix your drum tracks as usual, or is there something new that you're trying?
Something new I'm trying. I've got a good buddy of mine, Walter Riggy, who lives down the street, who's got some really slutty gear he brought by. I think we ran my drum bus through an API bus compressor, like a real API bus compressor. It was pretty fucking awesome. It was either that or we ran the room mics through. I can't remember exactly what we did, but I was able to treat the room mics a little bit differently, and I started running the room mics through the IGS Rubber Band's mastering EQ as well. It's a solid state Pultec, and able to get a little more aggressive there than I could with a plugin. So that's got a lot to do with it. Again, this is going to be stuff I'm going to be covering in my acoustic drums for metal guide. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter so you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hey everybody, this episode is proudly sponsored by DistroKid. DistroKid is the service that gets your music out to multiple online retailers like iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and Spotify, plus over 150 smaller online music retailers as well, saving you the headache. It only costs $20 a year, and you can keep 100% of your earnings. And they've got new features including Leave a Legacy, which will keep your music up on the stores even if you cancel your membership. The new Teams feature allows you to split your earnings automatically among your bandmates, and it's super easy to set up. If you're into doing cover songs, DistroKid will also get you a license for the song for only $12 a year. It's how I'm able to sell my version of Moon on the Water. DistroKid is what I use for my own stuff, and if you've got a band, I highly recommend grabbing a membership. You can check it out at distrokid.com/VIP/Spectre and get yourself a 7% discount as well. Follow the link in the description below. Back to the show.
If millennials don't have cars, it's maybe because we're broke as fuck. Yeah, get a job, yada yada yada. What do you think we're doing, for fuck's sakes? Things aren't the same as back in the day. A little empathy would go a long way instead of shitting on younger generations. Cool video though.
Obviously somebody else who missed the whole sarcasm thing. Look, dude, I work with young people all the time. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. And yeah, there's not a lot of jobs out there, and a lot of you guys coming out of colleges and universities don't have any real job prospects, and you're probably looking at a lifetime of debt. I mean, 10 years ago, we did Final Stage Through the Mirror, and one of the songs in there I kind of helped write the lyrics for was something called The Age of Ashes, and it was about precisely that, how the middle class is going away, and the younger generations, especially the millennial kids, are kind of fucked when it comes to job prospects. And it's only going to get worse as technology improves, because technology is going to be getting rid of the middle class. I mean, the perfect example would be Kodak in the 90s. They were this huge corporation with hundreds of thousands of employees, and now they aren't. And that's going to happen in a lot of different industries. I think the auto industry especially is going to get hit really fucking hard once the Tesla Model 3 gets out into major circulation. I think the entire auto industry is in for a great big fucking wake-up call, because they're not moving with the technology, and there is somebody smart going to see where it's going. In the end, technology always wins. So either get good at developing software and programming, or you're going to suffer the consequences. That's my opinion anyway. Good luck to you, man.
Glenn, bro, please let us know when you're in LA. I want to meet you. I'm not sure if I'm blind and I missed it on your Insta or something, but you're always here and I miss you.
Hey, Rudy, thanks for the shout out. Sorry I didn't get to hang out this time. I was in LA for a week, but I did have a pretty full schedule. Usually when I'm in LA, I'll try and schedule a meetup at Gorilla Mall in Alhambra. Met a lot of cool LA people there. It's always a big turnout. It's always a lot of fun. I'm going to be back in January for NAMM, obviously. And I usually spend a few extra days in LA, so I will try and schedule something there. and I'll let you guys know on YouTube and on Instagram and all that shit, because it is a lot of fun getting out there and meeting you guys. Seriously, that's what I fucking live for. You guys are the best.
This series is immature, and the fact that you focus an entire series of videos over it is annoying and completely lacks a moving forward productive attitude. No offense, but man, I get it. There's a lot of kids on YouTube who eat this up, but there are also a bunch of older folks who don't care for this pillaging of brain cells.
Wow, what a fucking killjoy.
That's hilarious. Your description of the city of Windsor is oddly similar to my hometown. This place is purgatory, LOL.
Yeah, Windsor, the place where dreams come to die. Actually, I've got to change things up a little bit since I did that video kind of shitting on Windsor a little bit. There are some cool things about Windsor, and the fact that we finally got fiber optic is a gigantic fucking plus. Now I can actually make videos and upload them from my home. I got a longer video coming up on that whole thing. But yes, Windsor got a whole less crappy because we finally got fiber. Thank you, MNSI. You guys fucking rock.
Hot chick posters are tacky as fuck. I only ever see dumb jock type dudes with that shit on their walls. You're right. Only guys that like girls would put something like that up.
Ooh, right in the male self-worth. That's gonna leave a mark. Seriously though, I'd like to thank everybody who did buy a poster. Shocked me just how many of those actually sold. If you haven't checked those out, there you can follow the link in the description below to my SpectreMedia.ca shop and check out some of the posters I have available. I also threw them on some iPhone cases for you guys who are really fucking brave.
It's literally just like that scene from The Simpsons where Bart goes, "If you get hit, it's your fault," and flails his arms around.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to run that clip in that initial crowd killing video, but I didn't want to run into any copyright issues. But yeah, that was pretty much the exact logic being used there.
What a total dick move. Yeah, Fatso, let's now take this opportunity to exploit the senseless act to take a big shit on America and its for-profit medical system. You're just another stereotypical douchebag Canadian with a superiority complex.
Ooh, the butthurt is strong with this one. Seriously though, let me just state the obvious in case you did miss that. I've got a lot of American friends, and believe me, I don't think I'm better than any of them. I love the U.S., I love visiting the U.S., and I think it's full of great people from all over the place. The fact that Janelle got stuck with a $20,000 bill, I did point out, yes, in Canada, she would probably be taken to an emergency room and be taken care of, and it wouldn't cost her 20 grand to get it fixed. Yeah, that's not shitting on the American for-profit medical system. That's a statement of fact. Now, she wouldn't be getting implants or anything major like that. It's an emergency surgery, so she'd probably get dentures, but she wouldn't go bankrupt in the process either. So, you know, there's a lot of people say, oh, you got to wait in Canada, you got to wait in Canada, you got to wait in Canada. On certain things, yes. On certain non-life-threatening things, yes. But I had my knee scoped back in 2004. I had to wait like 8 months to get it done. But in the end, it didn't cost me anything. So there is that. The reason we've got to wait is because, you know, the more important cases go first.
Hey Glenn, 2 Notes came up with a torpedo captor. Could you possibly do a review on it anytime soon? It is a much cheaper alternative to the line model. I'm wondering, is it actually good? Thanks in advance.
Oh, you mean this thing? Stay tuned. Something's coming real quick. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. I'd like to thank our sponsors, DistroKid. They've been a big supporter of the show, and I really love what they do. They're definitely worth checking out. It's a great way to get your music online. And I'd also like to reiterate, please sign up for my newsletter. There's lots of cool free stuff coming up. There's going to be more giveaways coming up, and there's going to be a lot of free tutorials coming up and guides that you guys will be able to download for absolutely free. So make sure you sign up for that. And if you want my Bases Lift shirt, I know that was quite popular when it was initially released. That's currently in my shop, as well as a few hot girl posters and iPhone cases. Anyway, thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I've got something a little bit different. It's an interview with our friend Hamid, who, if you watched the show regularly, you remember last spring he wrote me about escaping from Iran because they tried to kill him for playing heavy metal. I've got a very cool interview with him on Sunday. Make sure you check that out. Take care, everybody. And to all my friends in Florida, stay safe.